This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. As you can see, the background behind me is very different to my usual videos, and that is because I have recently moved house, and this room I'm sitting in currently is one of our spare rooms, and it's basically just a storage room at the minute. It has everything for my sewing space tucked away in here and a whole heap of other random boxes full of stuff that hasn't found a place yet in our new home. But this room is going to be our guest bedroom, and as I'm filming this, it is currently in the lead up to Christmas. What is the date today? I think it is the 10th of December, and I want to get this room nicely fixed up and ready for guests before Christmas, so that way we can have people stay over during the Christmas period, which would be great. In our old place, we didn't have a spare bedroom, so we never were able to have people stay, and yeah, it was a real priority in this house to have one room that could be a guest room, and I'm really excited to bring you along on the whole makeover journey in this video. It is quite a dark room. I don't know if you can tell, but the lighting in here is very poor, hence why it is a bedroom, and it's not going to be my sewing space or anything because it's just not great for filming. But because it's so dark, I think we can have a bit of fun in here and like play around with paint colors and just make a real cozy guest room instead. It is only going to be a place to sleep, but I think because it's dark, it'll be fun to try and make this room as cozy as possible. So today I would love to empty this whole space and get all of the stuff out. I have already painted a primer onto the walls because the walls were originally like this really deep green color. Not too dark, but it was enough that it definitely needed an undercoat underneath because otherwise it was going to take so many coats of paint to get rid of that green color. I'm going to paint the ceiling as well, and I'm going to paint the ceiling the exact same color as the walls and give it a really like calming and cozy vibe. Okay, it is much emptier in here now. Ready for painting, and I do have some swatches on the wall. I'm thinking like a terracotta peach color would be really nice in here. My first choice was this one, and it's gonna be hard to show you the exact color because you know this room is very dark, but I guess that gives you a good representation of what it will look like in the finished space. Matt and I both felt it was a little bit too dark. It's lovely, but yeah, I've got it here as well, just for a little bit of a different light situation. Because I'm gonna be painting the ceiling the exact same color, I feel like this is just a little bit too much. My second choice was this lightest one, and we both felt that something right in the middle would be best. Unfortunately, there's no exact shade that is like perfectly in the middle of these two, but I did find this one here, which is called Retro Peach. And I have to say, I think that is the one I'm gonna go. It is kind of in between, like it's a in-between tone of these three colors. I haven't actually shown Matt yet this last swatch, and he is away at the moment for work, so I'm gonna have to send him photos, get his thoughts, see if he's happy with that one as well, but I think that is the color I'm gonna go. This one on the screen actually looks really lovely. Oh, it's just, yeah, on this wall it's just a lot darker. Here are the paint chips in a different light. So the dark one I got was called Adorable Pink by Taubmans. And then the lightest one is Delicate Bloom by Dulux. And then this one is the middle one, Retro Peach by British Paints, I think. Yeah, British Paints. They are all very similar, but just ever so slightly different. And it's so hard to choose. Oh my goodness, I did not think it was gonna be this hard. So before I actually get in and start sugar soaking the ceiling, I thought I would actually walk you through the mood board I created for this space. I am such a mood board person. So if you didn't already know, I actually studied interior design at university. I have a bachelor's degree in environmental design, majoring in interior design, and basically I've been waiting my whole life to have a house so I can actually decorate it and design it to be exactly what I want it to be. So needless to say, I'm very excited about this, and I have had so much fun creating mood boards for like pretty much every single room of the house. But here is the mood board I have created for this space. So like I said, I wanted to paint it fully peach, and I want to paint the ceilings peach, the walls peach, I'm going to leave the window frames and the door frame timber, just because I really like how all the door frames of this house have been left timber. But the peach color is definitely going to be the main star of the show with this room. And then we already have this bed frame that was our old bed frame in our old place. I really want to incorporate some like cute wicker either lamps or light fittings, light shades. I also want to hang some cute art prints on the wall. I think that could look really cool. I really like the idea of using just like really basic white linen curtains, like something really soft and flowy and lightweight and airy, just because it is such a dark room. I think anything too heavy on the windows is going to like cause unnecessary further darkness in the room, and I want to keep it as light and airy as possible. And then I really want to make a quilt for this room as well, and make the quilt sit on the bed nicely. And of course I've been inspired by my favorite quilt and homewares brand, Project Italy. I'm gonna have them linked below. You need to go check them out for all the most amazing quilting inspiration. But I really like the cream and mustard color with the peach. I think that works really well, and I want to kind of potentially implement that color scheme into the quilt I want to make for this room. I don't know when that quilt is going to be made, and it will definitely probably be a separate video, but ultimately I think I'd like to like make that quilt before I give the finished reveal of this finished room. So I might see if I can have a go at making it over Christmas maybe, and that way in the new year when I want to share this video I can do the whole full room reveal with the finished quilt. I also really like these pillow cushion covers. I have seen them everywhere, like they're so Instagrammable I guess, and like everyone has them in their house, and I don't know exactly how they've made them, but I can't imagine they're going to be that difficult to make, so I might have a go at making some cushion covers similar with that wavy vibe. And then to go with the wavy vibe as well, I have found this mirror and the rug. I don't know if I want to splurge on both at the moment, so I'm thinking I might just go with the mirror for now. And then I also ideally would love to get some mustard made lockers as bedside tables, because I think they're amazing. So yeah, that is my mood board for this room. I'm so excited to get painting. Like, I can't begin to explain to you, like renting for so long, not being able to paint the walls, I'm just so ready to be unleashed. Before I get started on painting these walls, let's just take a quick break to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design and create your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. You simply select from their range of beautifully designed templates, and then you can change up the template as much or as little as you like. You can change everything from the overall layout of the website, you can change all of the imagery on the website, and you can change all the fun things like the fonts and colors with just a few clicks, no background or knowledge needed in coding whatsoever. You can sell either digital or physical products as well as services on Squarespace. I personally use Squarespace to sell my digital and physical sewing patterns, and they just make the whole process so easy. And you can also give your customers a range of different payment options. You can accept credit cards, PayPal and Apple Pay, and even Afterpay in some countries, which just gives your customers so much flexibility when it comes to payment. So if you'd like to create a website of your own, then I totally recommend you go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below this video, and take advantage of their free trials so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/Rosery Apparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for being such an amazing supporter of my channel, and yeah, let's get back into the video. Okay, so it's the next day, and I decided to wait until today to make my decision on what paint color to go, just because I wanted to see the paint colors in all the different lights throughout the day, and I think I have made my decision. It honestly wasn't the one I was expecting, I don't think. But yeah, let me show you. I have decided to go with the lighter shade. It actually, in real life, looks more like that, and this one looks way more orange and more of an apricot color, which I love, but I think for this space, it's just a little bit too dark still. So I'm gonna go with the lighter pink, which on screen is looking like a really gray baby pink, but it's still quite a peachy shade. Basically, it's Rosery pink. I decided to also paint a swatch here under the window. And again, it's coming up really washed out on the camera. Hopefully that is a bit more of a better representation. I'm not sure if I can color grade it to make it look exact, but yeah, up against the timber, I just thought this color looked exactly what I wanted. Okay. Hair is up and painting clothes are on. So now it's time to get painting. It's actually really warm here today. So I think that's a good thing because it means I might be able to like get 2 coats of paint done today because it should dry pretty quickly. Okay, first coat is done and so far I'm really happy with it. It definitely needs another coat though, and I'm excited to see what it looks like with another coat. I think it's going to make it an even richer peach color. I do need to like cut the corners and everything now because all the bits that I couldn't get to with a roller, so I'm gonna do that now. But it is honestly so boiling hot that I think I'm going to strip down into my bra so I can do it with as little clothes on as possible because it's just way too hot. But yeah, I'll give you an update once I have done all the cutting. Okay, first full coat with all the cutting complete. It's so hard to get the color to look correct on this screen, but I am loving it. I think it's so cute. I love that it's the whole room as well. I think it works really nicely in a bedroom to paint the ceiling and the cornices the same color as the walls. And it works really nicely with the timber features as well. The ceiling's definitely gonna be dry by now, so I can get started on the next coat. Okay, it's the next morning. And I wanted to show you what it looks like in the morning because this is when the lighting is super lovely in here. I wasn't sure if I liked the color honestly last night, but during the sunshine of the morning, it is exactly what I hoped it would be. Okay, time for a bit of an update on the guest bedroom situation. It is now the new year. So our best friend came and stayed over Christmas and stayed in this room, and it, I think, went really well. We had to put the old curtains back up. So yeah, a couple of updates. The bed is in and it works so nicely in the space. I also made these lovely wavy cushion covers, which I just think works so nicely in here as well. I shared a whole tutorial on how to make these, so I'll have that linked below if you want to make some as well. And this weekend, we've got Matt's brother and his girlfriend coming to stay, so I do want to do a bit of work in here this week just to make it a little bit nicer because at the moment it doesn't feel very cozy. So I have purchased some incredible velvet curtains. These are just simple rod pocket curtains, but they were really affordable and they've just been made from this really lovely burnt orange velvet fabric. I love them, but personally I much prefer the look of pencil pleat curtains, and the way you create the pencil pleat look is by adding this pencil pleat tape to the curtains. So what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to try, no idea yet if this is going to work, but I'm actually going to try and stitch this pencil pleat tape to the top of the curtain to turn them into pencil pleat curtains. That is the plan this morning, and then I can hang them up, which I think is just going to make this space so much more cozy. So in order to turn these normal rod pocket curtains into pencil pleat curtains, I start by stitching the pencil pleat tape along the top edge of the curtain. And then I place a tape measure that was locked at the measurement the curtain needs to be once it's closed at the top of the curtain. This is the measurement the curtain will need to be once it's gathered up. To gather up the curtain, I tied the end threads together and then gently pulled along the threads on the other side of the curtain until it was the same measurement as the tape measure. Next, I took some curtain gathering hooks and placed them into the tape, making sure to place them approximately 5 centimeters or 2 inches apart. I then thread the hooks into the gliders of the curtain tracks, which once pulled closed gives the curtains a really nice gathered look. This is definitely very different to the white linen airy curtains I first thought I would go for this room, but these velvet curtains are honestly such a vibe and really made the space feel instantly more cozy. It has been quite a few months since I last worked on this video and worked on the guest room space. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I have been working on some different bits and pieces for the space, including this handmade quilt that I made for the bed, and I am completely in love with. It has just added such a beautiful level of coziness to this space that, especially as it's getting colder, is just very needed for this bed. I actually made a whole video about the making process of this quilt, and I'll have that linked below if you wanted to go and check it out and see all the steps on how I made it. And I just love that the colours I've chosen work with the colours already in the space. So this kind of burnt orange red is definitely a theme of this guest room. I've got it in the curtains and then also the little red trim of the cushions I made. Yeah, I just feel like everything I'm adding to the space is really working nicely together and making the room feel really cohesive. So yeah, I'm definitely up to the kind of finishing touches of this space. It's pretty much completely done. I still would like to find a lamp for this space. I haven't had very much luck with lamps lately. Like, I've been looking for a nice floor lamp base because I've got the perfect shade to use in this space, but I have been looking at op shops, can't find anything. I then bought one online and it never arrived. I do have another lamp on the way that I actually purchased for my bedroom, and I think I will put it in this space once it's arrived because it's really cute and I feel like it will go with the vibe of the space really nicely. And the other thing I want to do before I call this room complete is I want to add a gallery wall of prints up on this blank wall here. Let me show you. Right on this wall here, as you can see, it's just a blank wall. Obviously still in love with the pink shade I chose as the color of this space. But yeah, I want to add something interesting on this wall because obviously these two walls have the windows, so there's a bit going on there. This side of the space just needs a little something. And I've been collecting frames on my op shop travels, and I think I've got enough now to be able to make a nice intentional gallery wall. I've never done a gallery wall like this because this is the first time I've ever been able to, you know, hammer nails into a wall. So this is going to be a bit of a learning curve. I have like heard of a few different methods you can use, like laying out the artwork on the floor first and then creating little paper templates of each of the frames and sticking them on the wall to make sure you get the position right and everything. Here is a look at the frames I have found so far. They are all op shop finds except for the butterfly, which I embroidered myself and I'm so happy with it. So as you can see, I do have a few kind of artwork print type things. I love this one here. I picked up from the op shop recently and it is just the perfect kind of print for the space as well. Similar colors, which I really like. I also found this wattle cross stitch, which I'm completely in love with. And then I think I want to also add some fabric to one of the frames just because fabric is my greatest love. And this one here is a very fancy Liberty fabric. It's a Liberty Tyna lawn and you know, it's like $50 a meter. So I thought a scrap of that is kind of could look cool. It could look cool in a frame. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it a go anyway. But yeah, I also have a few Frankie magazines that I've just been flicking through. Might be able to cut a few pages out of some magazines and put them into frames as well. So yeah, I'm gonna spend the afternoon figuring out what prints are gonna go in which frame and then try to figure out a kind of layout for the gallery wall. That took way longer than I was expecting. I actually got Matt to come in and help me with it because he's got a really good eye for this kind of thing. His mum's an artist. He's like really good at this stuff, and he helped me come up with this, which I think I'm really happy with. Now I need to start hammering it into the wall, which I'm honestly a little bit nervous about. I've never done this before, so wish me luck. I did have one last picture I wanted to put there, but it doesn't have a backing and it's plastic, so I can't actually put a backing on it, I don't think. Now that it's done, I don't think it needs it. Obviously, I'll add to this wall over time as I find more prints that kind of work with the theme, but I'm so happy with it. My first ever gallery wall. So the lamp has arrived and it's definitely suiting this space so much more than I expected. I think I'm going to leave it there for the time being anyway. There's definitely a wavy theme going on in here. There's the wavy mirror, the lamp, the pillows I made, and I just put a rug down which also has a wavy edge. I don't know, I just really am into the wavy look at the moment, obviously. But yeah, I'll take some shots tomorrow so you can get a good proper look at how this space has transformed. I'll put some before and after shots in because I really enjoy those. And yeah, here is the finished space. So I hope you enjoyed following along as I transformed our guest room into this super cozy pink space. I could not be happier with how this room has turned out. It just feels so much cozier in here now. Like, I genuinely want to hang out in here. It's such a nice room, and I feel like I managed to pull off the vision I had for this room really nicely without spending a lot of money. I love that this room has a few DIY projects that I've shared videos for on my channel this year, and I'm just so over the moon with how this space has turned out. I'm so excited to have guests over so they can enjoy this room as well. I obviously started this makeover video back in December when we first moved in, and it's now the middle of May as I'm filming this. So yeah, it has been quite a long process, but I am someone who just likes to enjoy slowly pottering away at a project like this over a long amount of time instead of getting in and getting it done really quickly. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing the process. I almost don't remember what I filmed so far for this video, so hopefully it has all kind of made sense as I've been working on it. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing the finished results. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.